In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt.
Well, first of all, I should say something about how we came to be here and why we're doing this.
I would say, kind
of what we had in mind. Originally, the idea came up of me debating somebody else on this topic, and nothing really happening. But really, the idea came up of me debating somebody else on this topic, and nothing really happening. But this actually, I think this would be a problem.
Come on, don't be a bitch. My other debate flaked out on me today. I was supposed to, well, actually, sorry, she did not flake out on me. I flaked out on her because I said I can't do it later.
You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is. You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA anymore.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, "Pigs in a blanket," talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet.
I hate the white man. He's of the devil. He was made in a cave.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by gold. You know the thing.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family.
What's the most important issue in the governor's race here in Virginia?
Getting back to the basics of teaching children, not teaching them critical race theory.
And what is critical race theory?
Well, I'm not going to get into the specifics of it because I don't understand it that much, but it's something that I don't, what little bit that I know I don't care for.
And what have you heard that you don't,
well,
that you don't like?
I'm not going to, I don't I don't have that much knowledge on it. 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 But it's something that I don't care for.
For me, I'm here. The bad news for you is I'm coming back.
Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. If I could just get the sentence out. I mean, Jimmy Dore can go and kill 50 about Jimmy Dore about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody, mother, your father comes in your grandmother. Brother comes in your grandmother. Your brother comes in your grandmother. Cousins comes in your grandmother. Cousins in your grandmother. Your brother comes in your grandmother. Father, your mother comes in your grandmother. Father, your mother comes in your grandmother. Your mother, comes in your grandmother.
We've ended the war on American energy. We were in war. And we've ended the war on beautiful, clean coal.
I admit to always improving.
I liked beer. I still like beer.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.
Alright folks, the intro's over. I don't feel like waiting for the song to finish. Anyway, welcome to the goddamn show. I'm here. I'm alive. There's a show happening. I think. Wait, let me... Alright, it looks like there's a show. There's a show. Whoa. Alright, anyway, so we got a show going on here. Oh, fuck. Alright, we got a show. It's just, it's happening. Alright, let's go. Okay, oh shit, I fucked it up. Okay. Alright, okay. Oh shit. welcome to the show, folks. We got a show for y'all. And it's happening. In fact, it's on right now. So, well, that's because the tech is very simple here, Banjo. It's just me. I guess I cut my lip. When did that happen? Huh. This is the first time I'm looking at myself this morning. I cut my lip, apparently. Must have done that in my sleep. Is that vodka? No, no. This is water. It's water. No. No, what is this on my lip? Is this a cut? Huh. Anyway. So we got a goddamn here today. It's a goddamn, it's a motherfuck, and it's damn ass goddamn. Don't pick at, well, I'm not picking at it. Anyway, so we got a show here. Today should be when I'm debating Jackson Hinkle. So we'll see how that goes. I'm ready. I got nothing else planned, so I'm ready, I guess. Ooh. Alright. Ooh. There's a lot of gaseous fucking materials inside of my body right now that are just leaping at the opportunity to escape. Ooh. Oh my god. Holy Macintosh. Holy Macintosh. Woo! It's not vodka. I'd tell you if it's vodka. I mean, I don't hide my drug use. Woo! I'm curious, like, how this happened, though. Huh. 4 p.m. specific time. Alright, folks. I'm just like, you know. Scrolling through, I'm looking for news here. Did the video get removed? Does anyone know what happened to that Gosar video? I was going to talk about that one, but I can't find it. The anime one? I'm sure it's somewhere. Where did it go? Oh, it was removed. Damn. Fuck. Where can I watch it? This is what happens when you don't report on the news. Like on the day of, it gets removed. Alright, I'm gonna look through. Okay, I think I found it. Alright, I found it. There's a mirror. It's been mirrored, folks. Alright, folks. Found it. So, Rep. Paul Gosar tweeted some very interesting materials. Now, apparently this was removed from Twitter, but I want to watch this video, and then I want to watch what his sister said on national television about it. So let's watch. I can't. I'm already done for. I can't with this. No. This is really funny. Okay, so he tweeted this anime video. And so it apparently was taken down by Twitter. And, but this is the really funny part. And so this is why I wanted to talk about this, is because I saw this, about it as well. And this is really funny. So let's watch.
Yes, Allison, it definitely is getting worse because no one holds him accountable. Not Kevin McCarthy, not Senate Leader Mitch McConnell, not Senate Leader Chuck Schumer, not Speaker Nancy Pelosi, not Attorney General Merrick Garland. No one holds him accountable. And this is something that I have to openly wonder. Does he have to act on it himself before we believe that he is he's a sociopath? And what's more, we know from everything we have seen, and certainly Attorney General Garland has seen much more of it than I, that there is evidence to show he was in a conspiracy to commit treason against the United States of America. Where is the accountability?
So I want to, folks, I need you to understand, this is the guy's fucking sister. Like, there was this ad, I think it was in 2018, I want to say, where the entire Gosar family endorsed Gosar's opponent. Now, of course, Gosar still won. But, I mean, like, this shit is incredible to me. I mean, like, these right-wingers are, like, Paul Gosar is one of my favorites because his family openly hates him. And I find that to be hilarious. But, again, these I don't really have any grand commentary. I just wanted to watch some anime. But, I mean, these right-wingers are pretty nutso. Do I think that the anime video means that he wants to kill AOC because, AOC was in an anime op or whatever, like, probably not. Like, it's inappropriate for sure. It's definitely inappropriate. Absolutely. But does that mean that he's planning on killing her? I don't think so. It's, but, like, it's also just really funny to watch a fascist Republican posting about anime. Like, that's funny to me. There's so much about this that I find to be pretty hilarious. So, and that's really, I just wanted to talk about that. So. Well, obviously, yeah, it's horrible. It's just, everyone watching knows it's horrible, so I don't feel the need to say it exactly. Hey, I've been saying this for a while now. 14th Amendment, Section 3. Anyone? Anyone? No? All right. Let's see, what do we got here next? Ooh. All right, this is interesting. So, a Trump official tried to get Mike Pence to overturn the 2020 election by texting a misleading memo about Thomas Jefferson. All right, let's read. Days before, then Vice President Mike Pence was set to preside over the 2020 election certification process on January 6th, an official texted his team a, quote, absurd memo about Thomas Jefferson in an attempt to persuade him to overturn the results, according to a new book. Jefferson, as the vice president in 1801, oversaw the certification of his own election win, but did not throw out any states' electoral votes, as President Donald Trump had demanded in 2020. ABC News chief Washington correspondent, blah, 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 chronicles the memo in his forthcoming book, Betrayal, the fact that it expected on November 16th, the Atlantic, blah, 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 blah. The official who texted the memo, Johnny McEntee, was then President Donald Trump's director of the White House Presidential Personnel Office, whatever that means, which is responsible for hiring everyone in the administration, from cabinet members to low-level employees. McEntee, a loyal supporter of Donald Trump, pushed the false claim, blah, 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 let's go. After dozens of failed lawsuits, Trump adopted, then White House counsel Pat Cipollone informed Trump of the facts, but the president wasn't happy with them. Imagine not being happy with the facts. I mean, that I hate when that happens. So McEntee then devised a memo with the help of rogue legal advisors, which he texted Pence's chief of staff on January 1st. Whoa. The bullet list memo was filled with misleading statements about Thomas Jefferson in 1801. When he was the sitting vice president, oversaw the electoral certification of his own victory over incumbent President John Adams. McEntee wrote that Jefferson had ignored the problems of technical issues with ballots in Georgia and announced himself the winner. Whoa. Whoa. This proves that the VP has, at minimum, a substantial discretion to address issues with the electoral process, McEntee wrote in a memo. However, as Carl noted in the book, Jefferson accepted the votes from Georgia, a state he clearly won, and did not discard votes from any state, which is what Trump had pushed Pence to do. So again, this is just more proof, folks, that they were trying to, maybe it's a conspiracy theory, but maybe it's the Mandela effect, I'm not sure. But I seem to remember on January 6th, thousands of dumbasses trying to storm the Capitol, trying to overthrow U.S. democracy, and the call was coming from inside the House. That, now, again, it could be the Mandela effect, I'm not sure, but I seem to remember that happening. But of course, that couldn't have happened, because if it did, then surely the Democratic Party would have by now invoked Section 3 of the 14th Amendment and would have kicked these people out. Surely, right? Surely that would have happened. So clearly this must be a Mandela effect situation. This must be the Berenstein or Berenstain Bears situation here, right? Because, again, if this was the universe where thousands of dumbasses stormed the Capitol trying to overthrow U.S. democracy and Donald Trump's own administration was trying to pressure the own vice president to basically overthrow U.S. democracy, and they wrote memo after memo after memo, there's no way that could be true, because if it was, clearly the Democratic Party, given that they have all the power right now, would have done something, right? They would have done something about it. This maybe just invoke the Constitution. They loved remember when the Democrats loved the 25th Amendment? during Trump's presidency? 25th Amendment. Oh, yeah. We get 25th Amendment. Oh, yeah. Oh, the 25th. We gotta invoke the 25th. Oh, the 25th. What about the 14th? I'm just saying, they loved the 25th Amendment because they knew nothing would happen. The 14th Amendment, Section 3, invoke it. You could basically ban all the Republicans from office. But they don't want to do that, I guess. It's weird. Huh. Maybe it's the Mandela effect. I don't know. I seem to remember that happening, though. Folks, I'm really high today, so I just wanted to let y'all know. I'm really high, so in case my behavior is not very apparent on that. Gore absolutely did not win. He conceded because corporate media outrage alone couldn't cancel out an election result. Imagine not knowing that the Supreme Court, interfered with the recount procedure. Imagine not knowing that the Florida Secretary of State interfered with the recount procedure. Imagine you're apparently Gen X or something, and you just don't know that. You lived through that moment in history, and I guess you just weren't watching TV during those years. I don't know. DB Cooper, do you think Donald Trump won the 2020 election? I'm curious. Do you think that Donald Trump won the 2020 election? Just waiting for the answer real quick. He lost. All right. Okay. All right. DB Cooper, do you think it was Lee Harvey Oswald who killed JFK? This motherfucker, man. This motherfucker. Imagine thinking that Lee Harvey Oswald killed JFK. Ugh, come on now. Come on now. All right, folks. Let's get into the protest. Yesterday was day... Yesterday was day 203 of protests in the city of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, in the county of Pasquotank County, North Carolina, over the police murder and execution of Andrew Brown Jr. that took place on April 21st. Folks are still out here every single day doing demonstrations outside of City Hall, outside of the Sheriff's Department, outside of the county courthouse, the federal courthouses, demanding that something be done. But I guess something was done. They painted Black Lives Matter on the street so they can just wash their hands of it. It's over. Sure, Robert Morgan, Daniel Meads, Aaron Llewellyn, they all got a raise and paid vacation. You know, one of them quit, but the other two are still on the force going to Muddy Waters every day, buying themselves a large coffee. Yeah, that's right. Imagine if, your brother's murderer was just walking around. And, but you can't call the cops on them because they are a cop. Imagine if I just shot and killed your brother in the back of the head, or your sister, or your mother, or your cousin, whatever. And then I'm just walking around town. I'm at the grocery store. I'm at coffee shops. And I'm just walking. Hey, how you doing? Hey! What? It doesn't make any fucking sense. If I shot and killed someone for no reason, you know what I would do? I wouldn't be doing anything. I would be in jail right now. I would be in prison. But when you're a cop, all of a sudden, you can just kill anyone you want and go get a large espresso double cappuccino frappe the next day. It's fucked up, folks. I really need y'all to understand. Like, I know that it's so normalized in this country and in this society. It's so normalized to murder people if you're a cop. It literally is like, it's like rain. It's like snow. It's like wind in this country. Police murdering innocent people is as natural as a bird's chirping in the morning in this society. But when you really stop and think about what's going on here, it's not natural at all. Murdering and ending another human being's life is not acceptable unless it's in self-defense. Now again, self-defense actually means something. You cannot go on the back of a pickup truck with 6 of your buddies with assault weapons and then be acting in self-defense. Why were you there in the first place? Why did you have those guns? Why did you have that many soldiers? That's not self-defense. You cannot be engaging in self-defense when the other person has no weapons, is known to be nonviolent within the police and the community, is known to be nonviolent, has no weapons, and you have 7 sheriff deputies with assault weapons. You cannot be acting in self-defense. It is cold-blooded murder. And it's not acceptable. But in America, you can go to school, you can go to summer camp for 8 months, go to summer camp, and then you just get an open pass. Kill anyone you want. Kill 2 people, get 1 free in the United States of America. And then you kill someone, you get a free paid vacation, you get to watch some, the latest episodes of whatever the fuck on Hulu. You go back to work in a couple weeks, and you get a raise. Wow. What a fucking stupid fucking country. Jesus Christ. Every single time. Every single time. What a stupid fucking country. DB Cooper, as soon as you told me that you think Lee Harvey Oswald killed JFK, everything else you say is irrelevant to me. DB Cooper, if you genuinely think that he drove into a police officer, again, that tracks considering you think Lee Harvey Oswald killed JFK. Like, when your imagination, right, is so small that you accept any government narrative. Like, you're just like a precious little child who, oh, you gotta stand a Pledge of Allegiance, Pledge of Allegiance. I bet whenever the fucking anyone asks you to stand up for the pledge, you stand up and you're like, yes, I pledge allegiance to the flag. Oh my God. But I'm sorry, man. You're a fucking twerp. It's not like, oh man, I totally think the government's saying the right thing. What? What is that on my tongue? It's food from my breakfast. So what happened in the case with Andrew Brown Jr. is a police officer touched the side of the car. So they took their hand off of their gun, right? And then put the hand on the side of the car, right? As Andrew Brown Jr. was already trying to drive away. They put their hand on the side of the car. And then, all of a sudden, in the fantasy world of U.S. law, that means that Andrew Brown Jr. was driving into the cop. Because their hand was on the side of a... Now, the car doesn't have... It's not like a sci-fi movie, right? Where the wheels, like, detach from themselves and then turn and then the car drives sideways. That we don't live in that world. The car can go forward or backward, right? The sheriff deputy was touching the side of the car for half a second, and then boom. We got it. We got it. We touched the car, therefore deadly weapon. Huh? 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 Doesn't make any sense. DB Cooper, you have no idea what you're talking. And like, imagine like you live in like, imagine trying to tell someone what happened in a city that they live in. Like, you live like thousands of miles away, and you're trying to tell me what happened down the street from my house. I don't know what to tell you, man. You're in your own world. But I get if Lee Harvey Oswald shot JFK, all right. Again, folks, I want to remind you, we do not live in sci-fi fantasy land where the car like starts hovering and then can just go sideways. A car, right, can go forward or backward, right? That's the direction. Now you can turn, right? You can turn. But if you are touching the side of the car, you cannot possibly be run over with it's just not possible. It's not possible. It was a search warrant for drugs, and they found no drugs. Or maybe they found drugs and they pocketed them because, you know, that's something the cops do, but they can't shoot at a moving vehicle unless it is a threat to them. Again, if you think that we live in sci-fi fantasy world where the cars, like axles, like, you know, it bounces up and then the axles spin and then it goes side, that, again, that's not the world that we live in, so I don't know what to tell you. Maybe wherever you live, which is not where I live, but wherever you live, maybe the cars function like that. It's possible, but in North Carolina, that's not how it goes. Yeah, DB's the kind of guy that thinks Saddam Hussein actually had weapons of mass destruction, like in 2021. In fact, let me ask you, DB Cooper, do you think Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction? I'm curious. I'm waiting. Tick-tock. DB Cooper, did Saddam Hussein have weapons of mass destruction? Answer the question. We are already done debunking that conspiracy theory. Let's go to the next one. Did Saddam Hussein have weapons of mass destruction? Come on, let's go. Folks, I can't. He had mobile labs. They had the mobile labs. Yep, they were so mobile. I wonder if they tried to run over a cop. Maybe that's how mobile they were. Maybe these were the labs that have like those spinning axles that can like drive sideways, man. They had. I can't. Anyone else got any good conspiracy theories? All right, DB Cooper, I've got one for you. Did the Russians hack the 2016 election? Let's see. What do you think? I'm waiting. Come on, come on. The fucking mobile labs. Alright. We already went to... Okay. Come on. Did the Russians hack the 2016 election? There was no Russian hack. Alright, okay. Alright. I accept that answer. Alright, next. Here's a good one. What caused the Civil War? What do you think was the main reason why there was a civil war? Enough about the mobile labs, bro. What caused the Civil War? Come on, what caused the Civil War? I'm waiting. I'm excited for this one. He must be waiting a while to type up. I swear to God, if this motherfucker's next message. A confederacy attempted to take land from the Union to form their own country. They lost. That's not an answer. That's not an answer. That is not an answer. Why did they try to take land from the Union? Why? What was the motivated reason for them? Like, they had a reason. It's not like they're like, hey, do y'all want to take some land? Yeah, sure, why not? What was the reason that they wanted to do that? The idea that he's like actually trying to both sides this is pretty good. That is an answer. No. Why did they try to take the land? Why? Unless you think they were all just sitting around like, you know, drinking moonshine. Yo, bro, I'm bored. Do you want to go take some land from the Union? Like, what was their, like, why did they organize and then think, and then, like, actually strategy, and then actually try to take land from the... What made them want to do that? Okay. They refused to live under the same government. But why? Why did they refuse to live under the same government? Like, was it just like, you know, I hate the name, I hate the flag, it looks weird? What laws was that government trying to pass that made them want to leave? I'm very curious. But what did that government that was elected try to do that made this confederacy want to take land from the Union? What were they trying to do? Here we go. Okay, the lefties think it was fought over slavery. Alright, I do think it was fought over slavery. So, what was it actually fought over? What was the actual reason? Because the conspiracy theory going around is that it was slavery, right? But what was the real reason? I would love to know the real reason. Folks, we all know slavery had nothing to do with it. Like, come on. That was just going on in the background. What's the real reason? Okay, so there were union slave-owning states. All right, but what was the Civil War primarily fought over? It wasn't slavery. That's a fact. We know for a fact. Oh, like only an idiot would think slavery had anything to do with it, right, DB? We're on the same page. But what was the real reason? Keep in mind, I dropped out of school, so I don't know. I never learned this. It had to do with the elected government and a disagreement over the powers of... Alright, I got it, alright. It was like fucking pulling teeth, but yep, states' rights. Yep, thank you. Thank you for playing. Thank you for playing. That being said, I would like to introduce today's Daily Dullard. That's right, folks. Today's Daily Dullard was DB Cooper. Thank you for playing. Anyway, let's do some more news. Let's go on Google News. States' fucking rights, man. What a world. What a world. Yeah, he said states' rights. It took a while, but eventually, you know, you just gotta go back to the greatest hits at some point. Oh, is Kyle Rittenhouse, like, on the stand right now? Is that what's happening? Look at this little twerp. Look at this twerp. Alright, let's watch a little bit of this, folks. Let's watch a little bit of this. Let's see how it goes.
Could you please state your name, spelling your last name for the record?
Kyle Rittenhouse, Rittenhouse.
Kyle, where do you reside?
Walworth County.
How old are you?
18.
On August 25th of 2020, did you come to downtown Kenosha to look for trouble?
No.
Would you have shot Joseph Rosenbaum if he hadn't?
So he's already committed perjury, folks. Like, but you know, let's just keep going. The first question.
Chased you trying to take your firearm?
Objection, leading. Sounds kind of leading.
Would you... I'll get to it. Are you a high school graduate?
Yes.
What high school?
Penn Foster Online High School.
Are you currently enrolled in any further studies?
I'm a college student studying nursing at Arizona State University.
What does this have to do with anything?
Who do you currently live with?
My mom and 2 sisters.
Directing your attention to August 25th of 2020, where did you reside?
Antioch, Illinois.
Do you remember the address?
286 Anita Terrace, apartment 104, Antioch, Illinois.
And who did you live with there?
My mother and 2 sisters.
What's your father's name?
Michael Rittenhouse.
Back on August 25th of 2020, where did he reside?
He lived in Kenosha, in the city of Kenosha, in the apartments behind the Pick and Save on 50th. On 50th.
Do you have any other family that's from Kenosha?
I don't care.
Cousin.
In this trial about the firearm in question, which has been marked states 28 You've seen that gun?
Yes.
Before August 25th of 2020, had that gun ever left the state of Wisconsin?
No.
Now, before this event happened on August 25th of 2020, did you have any hobbies?
Yes.
Tell the jury what you like to do.
I was a swimmer. I enjoyed working. I was a lifeguard. Hang out with friends, going to the beach. Just normal.
My favorite hobby, going to the beach.
Oh, teenage stuff.
Were you a member of any groups, organized groups?
Yes.
What?
I was a police explorer for Grace Lake Police Department, and I was a firefighter EMT cadet for Antioch Fire Department.
Oh, a police explorer. Isn't that interesting?
Did you have any training in life-saving, anything like that?
Yes.
What?
I was a certified lifeguard. I am a certified lifeguard and swim instructor. I am certified in Stop the Bleed.
I don't care.
Lindenhurst, Illinois, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and I was working at the Recplex in Pleasant Prairie.
Okay. Recplex here in Kenosha County?
Yes.
Now, on the night of the 24th, did you come to downtown Kenosha?
Not downtown, but I came to Kenosha for work.
Okay. And after your shift at work completed, where did you go?
I went to Dominic Black's stepfather's house. I believe his name is Scott Dickhart. It's been a while since I've seen him.
Okay. And who is Dominic Black in relationship to you?
Him and Dominic Black and my sister Mackenzie Rittenhouse used to date.
Okay.
I don't care.
Demonstrations and riots going on. Streams, TikTok evening.
Okay, wait. I heard riots. I heard the R word.
I knew there was protests, demonstrations, and riots going on in the later evening.
Okay.
All three. There were some protests, right? And then next to the protests, they had demonstrations. And then somewhere else, undisclosed location, there were riots going on. All three distinct going on at once.
And how were you aware of that?
I saw videos on social media, on Facebook live streams, TikTok of. I saw the Car Source lot being burned down. The Car Source 1, what we've been referring to. I saw a police officer get assaulted. He had a brick thrown at his head. And I saw the mattress store owner get knocked out, and I believe his jaw was broken and had to be wired shut or something.
And you saw all of that on the 24th?
Yes.
Did you go to downtown Kenosha at that time and try and do anything about that?
No, I did not.
Directing your attention to the late morning of August 25th, 2020, did you have occasion to go downtown?
Did go to downtown in the morning of August.
Go there with?
I went there with Dominic Black, my sister Mackenzie Rittenhouse, and Ray Dickhart.
And describe what you did.
We walked around for a little bit, and then I believe at around 11:30 noon, we ended up at Ruther Central High School, where we ended up cleaning graffiti for about, I want to say, an hour.
Now, I just have to say, again, this is completely irrelevant from everyone else, from every other thing that's happened. Imagine being such a loser. I literally cannot imagine this, right? And I'm one hell of a loser. But imagine being such a loser. Like, on the loser spectrum, right? You're such a loser that, like, your idea of hanging out with friends is cleaning graffiti. All right?
Hour and a half to 2 hours.
Previously marked as Exhibit 131. Do you recognize that?
I do.
Could you describe what you see in that photo?
Towards the left in the olive green shirt, that's me, and then to my left, that's Ray Dickhart, and to my right, that's my sister Mackenzie Rittenhouse.
And what are you doing there?
We're cleaning graffiti off of Ruther Central High School.
And were you getting paid to do this?
No, I was not.
And you see what the graffiti says?
Yes.
And you knew what it said as you were cleaning it off?
Yes.
I won't repeat it. After you were done doing that, what did you do?
We went to the Car Source lot, the first location, and we were looking at the destruction of the burnt cars, and we saw the owner, Sam and Sal, I believe that's what they told us their names were.
And you saw, when we say Car Source, the one that you met Sam and Sal at is what we've been referring to as Car Source number 1?
Yes.
And that's the one that they just played a video of all the burnt out cars?
Yes.
Did you have any discussions with Sam and Sal?
Briefly, I offered my condolences and I said if there's anything I can do, please reach out to me. He gave me his number.
Now again, imagine, like you are such a loser that you wander around a city you don't live in, right? Cleaning graffiti and like being a free, unpaid armed guard for like random car lots. Like that's like, yeah, hang out on a Saturday night. You want to go defend some property that I have no stake in? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Now, again, the very first question he answered was perjury. Did you go looking for trouble? Let's define trouble. Any altercation. Let's define that as any altercation. Maybe you can disagree with my definition. If you go to a riot, you've called it a riot, with a gun to defend, quote unquote, property you have no stake in or ownership and no authority to defend, that's trouble. Like, again, I ask you this. If I am looking out of my window, right, and I see someone pull up to my neighbor's house, right, and I take my sniper rifle and I shoot the person in the car, is that legal? Well, I thought I was defending my neighbor's property. I didn't know who it was. I went there to defend my neighbor's property. I was just defending their property. Yeah, sure, they didn't ask me to. I have no authority to. I have no ownership in that property. But I was just defending property, bro. I was just defending property. That's basically, if you are endorsing Kyle Rittenhouse, that's what you're endorsing. How do you defend property that you have no ownership stake in? If I go to a coffee shop with a gun and just like pull it out and then say, no, I'm defending. Yeah, sure. You see my AK-47 or whatever, my assault, my AR-15? No, I'm not here to rob the store. I'm just defending your property. People would look at you like, what the why are you bringing... They would be confused. Right? And then let's say a customer tries to walk in and I just shoot them in the fucking head. Like, let's say they have their hand in their pocket. Now they're reaching for their wallet to pay for coffee, but they've got their hand in their pocket. You don't know what that is, so you shoot them in the fucking face. I was just defending property. Just defending property, man. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So anyway, I'm not gonna watch the rest of this, but I just wanted to tune in while it was live, get some live news going on. Yeah, I mean, these motherfuckers are crazy. Absolutely. Just defending property, bro. Again, I would like to remind everyone that DB Cooper in the chat believes that Lee Harvey Oswald shot JFK and that the Civil War was fought primarily over states' rights. So whatever this person's saying about Kyle Rittenhouse is clearly, you know, it's not the most well-researched material. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, folks, actually, I wanted to play this clip here because this is folks. Ooh, Lord have mercy. All right, I wanted to play this clip here. This was sent to me. So, folks, I'm going to be debating this individual, Jackson Hinkle, tonight on Netflix workers and whether or not they are parasites. And so, now, again, we've been organizing this debate for a while. Go watch my previous video if you want to know the timeline. But this video was sent to me. Apparently, Jackson Hinkle has been on his stream saying that the Netflix worker strike is a settled debate. There's nothing to debate, really, because it's settled. But then, there's more. Let's watch.
Andrea Rovenski,
that's me, apparently?
Says that she wants to debate me about Netflix workers still. I guess in her eyes, the case has still not been settled. I want to shift gears a little bit here. What did you think about the whole Dave Chappelle Netflix controversy and the walkouts that followed after the controversy? Andrea...
So, okay, now, for those of you that don't know, this is his show from yesterday. So again, when he's talking about me, oh, she wants to debate about Netflix. But when he's got some random doofus on, right? Oh, it's all of a sudden it's a hot button subject. So I just thought that was really funny. But again, I'm gonna debate this guy tonight unless he, he flakes out on me again. So we'll see. But tune in on. I guess it's gonna be on his stream. So don't tune in on his stream. Maybe I'll stream it on myself as well. We'll see. We'll find out. I'll find out. What I'm gonna do. And also, I would like to announce. I know. It's been a while, and I'm just saying. I'm just throwing this out there. It's out there. It was in there, and now it's out there. So I'm just throwing this out there. We'll see. I mean, I don't know if the debate's going to last like 6 hours. Because it might last 6 hours. But if it doesn't last 6 hours... Hey, I'm just holding a video game for no... Hey, that's all I'm saying, so... It's a retweet, folks. Well, I guess I will. Why not, right? Whatever. DB Cooper, do you think... Now, this is my last question for DB Cooper today. Okay. DB Cooper, do you think that being a comedian means that you can say anything you want and that no one should be allowed to criticize you? Because, okay, let's assume I'm a comedian and I say I want to murder people I disagree with. And then someone says, hey, that's not cool. And then I say, I'm not joking. Is it okay that I said that because I'm a comedian? Like, is a comedian just like a catch-all defense? Okay, DB Cooper. Criticism is one thing while cancel culture is something different. DB Cooper, can you explain what cancel culture is? What is cancel culture? What is cancel culture? Jose Campos, I would go and will go on any show that will have me. So have I ever thought about that? No, because I've never heard of them. But if they invite me, or if you tell them to invite me, I'll go on. I have no problem with that at all. So the current question for DB Cooper is, what is cancel culture? That's what we're currently discussing here. What is cancel culture? Cancel culture removes all opposition from a conversation while criticism debates points made by opposite. Okay. Oof, that's a hefty one. Okay. Cancel culture is defined as, okay, so removes all opposition from a conversation. So there's a conversation and then opposition is removed, while criticism debates points made by opposition. If this is hard to understand, I don't blame you. This is not an English sentence. So, okay. So the opposition is removed, and is criticism like a person? Is that a noun or something? Criticism is debating? Like, criticism is not defined as debating. Criticism in this instance is literally debating. Like, imagine, right, like a flashcard with the word criticism on it, and then you have like arms and legs on it, and they are debating. What? Okay, let's try this again. DB Cooper, what is cancel culture? What is cancel culture? Alright, DB Cooper, what? Now let's try that. What is cancel culture? Cancel culture removes opposition rather than debating it. Alright, okay. So instead of debating something, you remove it. Like, unilaterally, there's no, there's no process. It's just, I don't like this, and then it's gone. That's alright, so we got a definition. So how does cancel culture play into Netflix? Explain how Netflix engaged or was involved in cancel culture. Can you explain that link? Because I'd be very curious to know. Because, like, I'm gonna show you something. Check this out. Check this out. Look at this. I am watching the aforementioned Netflix special right now. So, like, it's literally on my screen, and I just fucked up my Netflix algorithm for that. But that's neither here nor there. So explain. Criticize all you want. The employees of Netflix wanted him silenced altogether. Okay, so you are claiming that the employees of at Netflix, what employees? Every employee? Now, there was a list of demands that these specific protesters and strikers provided. That list specifically said they did not want the special removed. So not only did they ignore the subject of removing the special, but they specifically laid out in their demands that they did not want the special removed. Okay? So in your world, that means they wanted it to be it's like it's 7-dimensional chess. When you say you don't want the special removed, it's secretly you actually want the special removed, but you're saying you don't so that it gets removed, because when you say that you don't want it to be removed, and then it does get removed, then you look like you're not cancel culture, but you are. It's like 7-dimensional chess. So, now again, let's be very clear. You defined cancel culture as, quote, removes opposition rather than debating it. And then you said that Netflix engaged in cancel culture because the employees at Netflix, I don't know which employees, I'm going to assume you mean the strikers, but you could just mean all of them, wanted him silenced altogether. Now, what does silenced altogether mean? At this point, we're now what is silenced altogether? They wanted to rewrite the whole special to the point of putting words in someone else's mouth, or remove the special if they weren't so empowered to speak for other people. Do you have proof of that? Can you provide an article? Because every single article that I read and every single person I spoke to said they did not want the special removed. They just want, people to understand why it's offensive. That's the demands. Like, listen to what we have to say. Hey, what's up? That's the demand? Can you provide that secret demand? Because I didn't see it. It was not reported anywhere. None of them talked about it. This is a secret demand. Do you work at Netflix? Does someone in your family work there? Do they know what's in the secret list of demands? Woke is literally the same thing as SJW. If you know what SJW means, you know what woke means. It's the same thing. If they didn't like him, they could vote with their wallets like I did. So they can't criticize him, though. So again, I just wanted, for the record, D.B. Cooper did not provide the secret list of demands that wasn't reported on anywhere, where they said, actually, the public list is fake. We're just pretending there. We actually want him silenced. You did not provide that material, but we've moved on. So you're saying cancel culture means that cancel culture is basically, in my estimation, my understanding of what you're saying, cancel culture is criticizing anything even a little bit. That's cancel culture. It is more effective to vote with your money. That's correct. Okay? That being said, you are claiming that those criticizing a special are engaging in cancel culture. And when asked to provide proof, you just changed the subject. So, I ask you again, they wanted control over words in another person's mouth. That's not true at all. They specifically said they just wanted people to understand why it was offensive. That's it. So I ask you, let's try this again. What is cancel culture? Go. Keith S. Is providing a potential answer. Isn't cancel culture when you make fun of marginalized groups and receive millions of dollars from the most popular streaming service so they can platform you to keep making jokes about those groups? That's exactly what cancel culture is. D.B. Cooper. Okay? Are you saying that saying an opinion on a joke is equivalent to, like, let's look at this in mathematical terms, right? An opinion on a joke is the exact same as trying to put duct tape on their mouths and rip their vocal cords out. Are those the same thing? Who, and if you want to provide evidence of this, who advocated to control the words of a comedian? Who advocated for that, and when did that happen? Folks, I've got a 10-hour loop of this on, by the way, and it's at 18 minutes. So I just want to say, I'm probably going to end the stream soon, but I'm just having a little fun with this. D.B. Cooper. Is criticizing a comedian okay? Are you allowed to tell someone you don't like their joke? Like, what if I made a joke like, D.B. Cooper is a fat, dumb idiot? Are you allowed to say, hey, that joke isn't funny? Is that allowed? Because, in my opinion, if you don't laugh at my joke, I'm getting canceled. Because the reaction to a joke in and of itself is an opinion. When you laugh at something, that's a high opinion. When you don't laugh at something, that's a negative opinion. So when you don't laugh at my joke, that's a negative opinion and therefore is cancel culture. When they walked out in protest because they wanted control over his material, when did they say they wanted control over his material? When did that happen? When did Dave Chappelle have his materialistic authority overshadowed by Netflix workers? Why are trans people so sacred in the first place? They're obviously not. Comedians make fun of everyone. That's not true at all. Now, again, I'm asking you a question. If you don't laugh at my joke, is that cancel culture? Yes or no? Also, I'm a comedian. You might not know that. Does that mean all of a sudden, because I'm a comedian, that I should by default have a Netflix special? And if anyone disagrees with that, then that's cancel culture. I should have a Netflix special because I'm like, in your world, being a comedian means that you're automatically entitled to, by society, a Netflix special. Is that correct? Like, you don't believe that Netflix has any actual authority or ownership? Right? They're not a private company. They might as well be a public institution because there's a law somewhere that says all comedians have to have Netflix specials. They made it appallingly clear. All right, great. I'm glad they made it clear. That means it's going to be easier for you to link the video. Since they made it so clear, right, you'd have to be a doofus to have missed it. That's awesome. So can you link me the video? Also, again, if you don't laugh at my joke, is that cancel culture? Yes or no? Personally, I think yes. I do think it's cancel culture if someone doesn't laugh at my joke, because I'm really funny. So? It's so clear, it's invisible. That sounds about right. Not liking it when comedians make fun of you doesn't make for bad content. Okay, I agree. So again, what is cancel culture? DB Cooper right now is playing the game. We are, I think, 10 minutes in to trying to define what cancel culture is. The closest we've got is not laughing at a joke. So, again, I would like to remind you, I'm actually watching Dave Chappelle's special right now. So, how could I be doing this if it was removed? How could I be watching the special if it's removed? Can you answer that question? How would that be happening? Now, you said cancel culture is the removal, so it didn't work. But, okay, so now we're back here again. We made it back. Okay. So the protest wanted to remove anyone's ability to listen to Dave Chappelle. Is that correct? Or did they want to remove it from Netflix? Or did they just want to have people listen to why they found the jokes offensive? When did cancel culture get brought up in this discussion? When does something become cancel culture? Rittenhouse broke down crying? Yo, whoa. Oh my god, yo, check this out. Hold up. Yo. Look at this. I'm glad I kept the stream going. Alright. Okay, let's keep going.
Once I take that step back, I look over my shoulder and Mr. Rosenbaum and go back north down Sheridan Road to where the car source lot number 2 was.
And did you get back? Were you able to go in a northerly direction?
I wasn't.
Describe what happens.
Once I take that step back, I look over my shoulder and Mr. Rosenbaum was now running from my right side, and I was cornered from in front of me with Mr. Zeminski, and there were
this is good. This is good.
People right there.
This is good. This is good.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
Oh my god, this is so good.
That's what I. That's what I run.
We're gonna just take time for our break anyway.
Unbelievable.
Just relax for a second.
Unbelievable.
We're gonna take a break.
Unbelievable.
Please don't talk about the game.
Unbelievable.
Read, watch, or listen to any kind of crap.
Oh my fucking god, what a loser. Anyway, folks, that's the stream. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good day. I'm glad I stayed live for that little nugget. I'll see y'all later tonight. That's it. That's all I got. Bada boom, folks. It is... It's over. Just to finish that sentence.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the really, I hate to say this, but only the really, only the I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, but only the really, only the I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, but only the really, only the I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, but only the really, only the I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, but only the really, only the I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I still like beer, but I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out, and I never sexually assaulted anyone.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.